Once the sparkling wine, and it's not sparkling at that point, is bottled, it is bottled with yeast. The yeast works on the sugar, creates the carbonation, which is then locked in the bottle, and it's stored like this until we are ready to what we call disgorge or finish the wine for market. During the second fermentation process, where the yeast is chewing up that little bit of sugar in there, the gas is, as I said, is trapped in the bottle, and you probably have between 5 and 6 bars of pressure inside that bottle. When you are ready to finish this wine for market, you'll take the wine out of the bins I just showed you. You put them into these, what we call, these gray cages, what we call riddling cages. You put them in the horizontal position, which is exactly the way they came out of the wire cages. And you'll notice this is the residue of the fermentation. This is the dead yeast cells sitting in the bottle. The wine ages in our case, for 2 to 3 years, sometimes more depending on the blend. And it ages on top of these dead yeast cells, and there's an autolysis that goes on. It's an interaction between the wine and the yeast cell, which actually lends character to the wine. It is the catalyst for the sort of toasty character that you would have in champagne. That's strictly from the degradation of the yeast cells. The problem is you can't drink this wine with all the sediment in it. So they're loaded, as I said, they're loaded into the riddling cages horizontally. The cages in turn are loaded into a riddling machine, which accepts the cage in the horizontal position, and through a series of 28 moves rotates the bottle clockwise, counterclockwise, and begins to tilt it until it finally ends up on the 28th move with the bottle totally inverted. So you'll notice here there's the yeast, the lees here have all disappeared. They now, very hard to see, but they are all right down in this area. And once we get them down in that area, then the wine can be disgorged on a series of machines. It'll by getting the yeast down to here and disgorging, the wine is brilliantly clear. All the sediment is gone, and the product is drinkable. So once the bottles are taken out of the riddling cages, surpoint, that's upside down on their points. They're put into the glycol solution, which freezes it. Then it's moved to the disgorging machine, which pops the cap. The yeast plug flies out. A little bit of wine is taken out. The Dosage is put in. It's topped back up to 750, and then it moves to the corking machine, wire hooding, and then it goes back into the wire bins once more to age. We like to see it age on the cork for a minimum of 6 months before release. So in an ideal situation for us, we'd like 30 months of aging entourage, which is in the bins on the yeast, riddled, aged another 6 to 9 months with the cork. So you're looking at a 3+ year old wine when it's all done.